We actually have our emergency response vehicle here, canteening, basically providing food and water and refreshments for the residents, initially for some first responders as well as the rental office employees that need whatever they need here. We have probably about 8 staff members slash volunteers here on the scene to help out.
And how many families do you think you'll end up helping?
Right now, we've helped out about 10 families, and we're looking at possibly 12, depending on after the office manager goes through and kind of determines what some additional needs may be. You know, the blessing in this is that the folks here had apartment insurance or renter's insurance, and that's what Red Cross, as well as so many places, really stress. That makes a big difference because then you can replace some of your items. And yes, some of the folks are able to get in and get their items out, but they're kind of pacing that to make sure that they can get back in safely and what have you. And Red Cross has assisted the folks with a place to stay for the evening, and then the apartment complex will determine where they can move people from there.
Well, yeah, I was at home earlier this morning, and what happened is someone came knocking on my door screaming, fire, fire, and we're right next door to where the fire was at. And so when I looked out, you just saw like big gusts of smoke just coming out. And so I ran to get my roommate because her room was connected to the room that was the side of the apartment that was on fire. And they came out, and we haven't been back in our apartment since. They said it's not a lot of damage to our apartment. We just have a lot of smoke and smog in there. And they said that we might have to find another apartment to move in. So Red Cross just gave us the hotel for the weekend, and some money to get like essentials like clothes and stuff because we don't have anything right now.
Looks like possibly from smoking. Looks like someone has actually put out a cigarette butt in a potted plant. It didn't have any plants in it at the time. It was just the potting material and some stuff like that. The unfortunate thing is our humidity was very, very low last night. We were down around the 19% area. Also, the wind's up. As you know, we've been under fire danger watches because of that. A little bit of wind, that low humidity, a cigarette butt even thrown out the window of a car, but particularly put it into a potting soil or something like that, where all that peat moss is, it heats up over a period of time, and several hours later you have a roaring fire coming out of that whole potted plant. Kind of rough, not knowing that, thinking that you're putting it out in something that's safe and then not realizing that's what it is. So folks really need to be careful out there because of the weather conditions we're under and everything with what they do with any hot embers, whether it's a smoking material, whether it's remains from a fire or anything. Make sure everything's out before you put it anywhere.